All right, what is going on, guys? Bars Unlimited, Bryson, and Jake. We are coming at you guys again with a new video from Dax. This is the official music video to his song "My Heart Hurts." I think this song came out with his recent piece. I'll say it for you, but I'm not too sure. I saw him advertise this. This literally dropped a minute ago, and I knew I wanted to talk about it. So, how much do you know about Dax?
So I heard Catch Me Outside, how about that remix? And I thought he absolutely killed that. And then I think I heard his Kill Shot, or Kill Shot 2, I guess you would call, I think he called it. And then I heard the one about God, whichever song that was.
That's a good one. There's a couple of them. There's Dear God and then Book of Revelation.
Dear God. That's the one that I heard.
Both of those songs just amazing. That's how I found Dax, was those couple songs, and another song called She Cheated Again, which is a good one about, relationships and them cheating on you, which is one of the worst feelings ever. But
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I know Dax. Like I wanted to check him out, but he's another one of those artists where he's on my list of people to get to, but their list is so long that it's just like there's not enough time in the day, especially with streaming and stuff how it is now, where there's just new music everywhere. Anybody in their basement could put a new song out. So it's just really hard to get to people. And but I really like Dax a lot from what I've heard, and I like the just raw emotion and stuff that he puts into a lot of his music. You can hear it, at least in some of the songs that I've heard. You can hear it. Not so much to Catch Me Outside. How about that song? That song is very funny. If you guys haven't listened to that song, check that one out. It's pretty damn funny.
All right, so by the looks of it, new Dax official music video. I haven't heard this song yet or seen the video. Like we said, the video just dropped, so this is the first for both of us.
Cool, and I haven't heard the song either, so this is a pure reaction.
And already we're starting out with a deep quote. This is the worst day of loving someone is the day that you lose. So that is true. Like,
amen to that. It's the thing that makes me think about is like animals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, man, you get like a dog or a cat and they're a forever fan, or I mean a forever friend and stuff. But man, when you lose them, they pass away, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna outlive them. Man, you're like, why did I get this animal? Because your heart gets involved, and then and you almost wish you didn't do it.
Yeah.
To some extent, because you're hurting.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1, bam.
I can't forgive you. I'm done.
No.
No. I'm done this time.
Stop playing with me.
My heart hurts. I gotta get this off my chest. My heart hurts in the worst possible way.
Already what I'm seeing from this is, like you always say, when sometimes in relationships, sometimes they can really find a way to come and, suck your blood, like is being shown on the screen. Like, no matter how many times you say you're done, when you actually love someone and your heart hurts for them, they come in like that, and they just get up on you. They get up under your skin, and the next they bite back into you.
Yeah, no kidding. Man, I think we've all been where he was at the beginning, where you're like, man, I've had enough.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you see them, or you're around them, or you see their post, and automatically all those feelings come rushing back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just such a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, like one of the things people say is, I do believe that after maybe some relationships that there's such things as just friends, but not in like 90% of them. Like what he taught me a long time ago is there's always going to be someone that hangs on to something. It could even be something super minuscule, but something minuscule being held on to, definitely will feel it.
Yeah, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah.
Literally in this case, because she's taking a chomp out of his neck. I can tell already this music video, unlike what we did with the 5-Finger Death Punch one, this music video is going to correlate very well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this.
All right.
You came first, but now back from work on a Friday, that shit was crazy. Long distance FaceTiming with the lady. Picked up the phone, what's up, I'm good, you good, I'm good, not much. But I noticed something was wrong. Can't even look me in the eyes. Got a tracker on your phone, I know that you've been telling lies. Got the passwords to your shit, I see you texting other guys. I got all the proof I need, so why even deny?
Yeah, I can feel what he's saying there, you know. Like there's some times, you know, where you can just feel something's up by the way things change. You know, like you said, you know, I had that tracker on your phone. You know, I know you've been telling lies and stuff, and you know how the way they act different. You know, in relationships I've had, you know, you can definitely tell when something is off by the way that you know they talk to you, by the way they look at you, the way their body language is around you, and stuff like that. So you know, I've never really been the kind of person to make sure my girlfriend has a tracker on her phone all the time because you know I like to have that trust that you
Yeah.
know I can trust who I'm with.
No, exactly. And not only that, but you know, it comes back to me for the golden rule. Do to others how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
And the message, like you said, that doing that kind of stuff sends is you should trust me, but I don't trust you.
Yeah.
And to me, that's already kind of a crutch in your relationship, so to speak. And really, you know, you should just be open.
Yeah, and like, and if you already have that suspicion that like you have to have a tracker on them, are you even really meant to be together? You know, like that's what I like to think.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like if you're at the point where that comes in question, that tells you that something needs to happen in your relationship because where you're at is not good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe you need to have, you know, instead of putting a tracker on somebody's phone, have that conversation with that person. Because when you sit down and you have that conversation, that'll tell you more than a tracker ever will.
Yeah.
Because seriously, sometimes things like that are very misleading. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like a tracker, especially, it's like, oh, how come you were over here, you know, at this time, at this point in the night, or whatever, or why were you on this end of town? Well, so what they were on that end of
Yeah.
town? You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that they're off screwing some guy or
Yeah.
girl, you know, depending on which end you're on.
Yeah.
So it's very misleading, and again, just having that conversation.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it'll tell you more than doing stuff like that.
Who'd you fuck? It's on my head, you have to tell me I can't give it up. No, I think about it every day. I cannot go to.
Real quick, I know this is a serious video, but I just want to say, how does he keep his hair standing straight up like that? Like,
Yo, yeah, and then with the different colors in it, and then
those are vibrant colors too.
like okay, and that makeup, I mean, especially with COVID going on right now. Could you imagine somebody just put a mask on their nose and mouth, and then the rest of them is the makeup that he has on right now? Could you imagine seeing that walking towards you at Walmart? That would be wild.
I'd go ahead and walk out of Walmart
Dude,
at that point.
I'd be like, yeah, I can find what I need at the Dollar Tree. Bye. That is wild.
Slave. I need to set my heart hurts in the worst possible way. You came first, but now we have to go our separate ways. And then I went and took you back. My boy said I was crazy, that you do it again, and that you'd manipulate me.
Yep. The back to the crawling back and manipulating you thing. You know, like sometimes they can come crawling back, and there is some people that when they have a use for you that runs out, then they'll kick you to the side. But then when they need that use again, they'll come back and try to find a way to manipulate your kindness and forgiveness, to give them another shot so they can utilize that when they're down. Which really sucks if that's how people play things, but you know, it's truth. It's how the world is. You know, human nature. I'm sure we've all done that a few times, but
I was gonna say, you know, I'd like to say that I'm not on both ends of that, but I definitely have been.
I have too.
I mean, I think anybody who's being realistic and truthful with themselves can say that sometimes there's those people that you know and they benefit you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry to say, but at the end of the day, sometimes that benefit, when that goes away, I mean, especially for people, like when you first become friends with somebody over that thing,
Yeah.
when that thing that you have in common and whatever is taken away, well, when your friendship or whatever is based on that, where does that leave you? And
Exactly.
for a lot of people, again, like you said, once it's run its course, then it's like, okay, well, bye.
See ya. And
Yeah.
then they'll come back.
And that doesn't make it right, but again, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Even subconsciously, I think sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I have people that even I, like, in my head say, like, man, I really care about this person or whatever. But even subconsciously, at times, it's like, if something happens, then it's like, am I still there?
Yeah.
Like, if what they really do that I love was not there, would I still be, you know, trying my best to get to know them and stuff?
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd love to say the answer to that question is yes, but sometimes it's been no.
Yeah. Me
And
too.
unfortunately, that's just being real with who you are and
what you want and
and what reality is.
Yeah.
You know, that's just being real. And so, yeah, what he's talking about, really, we've all been there, I think.
Didn't listen, thought that I knew better. Thought if I left that I could never do better. First love, first time I'm sick. She got a spell on me. That girl's a fucking witch. She casted hell on me.
Even allowed to be on YouTube right now?
I was gonna say, are we gonna get striked for this, or?
I feel like I'm a bitch. This is a shell of me. Fool me once, shame on you. You fooled me twice, now I'm looking like a fool. My head hurts and I don't know what to do. I made a song to say my heart hurts in the worst possible.
Sorry. Just like the noise.
to him just
And then he's floating. Oh my goodness. First of all, that transition was crazy, but just like the sound effect of him stabbing her.
so
And then,
comical, like
yeah. Like, you ever seen those videos where they have these people like jump in the water and you assume it's going to be like a huge splash, and then they make the sound of a droplet.
Yeah.
They put the sound of a droplet in there and you're just like, what? It's so funny. That's kind of what that reminded me of. It just, like, that sound effect was so funny. But crazy music video. Like, yeah, really crazy music video.
You came first, but now we have to go our separate ways.
Definitely a heavy song too. The clear message, like I wonder what I can't really guess on what the demonic face paint was supposed to represent. Maybe the inner demons of each person in the party.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's the inner. Maybe even him feeling a little bit shunned.
Yeah.
Because of how she acted towards him or something. Yeah, overall though, pretty, like you said, best way to describe it is deep song. A lot of really personal, really relatable stuff, and if you've been in those kind of situations, it's just, again, very relatable. You understand what he's talking about, you know how that feels. To me, did he do the best job of really painting that picture? I think he did a good job, but I think been done better.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, I think, there's like other artists that I think have kind of painted that picture in a more clear, better way. Also, without auto-tune, Now, I don't hate auto-tune by any means, but I don't think it was really necessary in this song.
Yeah,
That's all I will say.
like you could definitely tell that he won't sound like but definitely tell that the auto tune was definitely prominent, which I didn't think it needed to be because already how beautiful of a song it was and its message. You didn't. I don't really think it was needed to add that extra vocalization
Yeah.
because
No,
even just his regular voice without hearing the actual auto tune would have been
yeah, no, exactly.
solid.
And I feel like at some points, he really could have gotten the emotion more clear without it. Like in some respects, I feel like the auto tune kind of takes it from, oh wow, he's really feeling this, to
Instead of hearing the pain in his voice, you're just hearing the elevation of the auto tune.
yeah, you're just hearing the elevation exactly. Instead of like, oh man, you can really tell. Like for instance, one of the things that I think of is like in some of NF's songs, for instance. NF has a song called "How Could You Leave Us,"
Yeah, you can.
and like in that song,
Perfect example.
there's no auto tune. There's no, and again, everybody has their own lane. And I'm not saying this is bad by any means. I think it was a well done song. But you think of like NF, "How Could You Leave Us?" He's talking about how his mom focused more on drugs and pills and drinking and stuff, and he was just kind of a ghost to her in the situation. And you could hear even at the end, especially, he's literally like crying and stuff like that, and you can hear the pain in his voice, and it's just so powerful.
Yeah.
And when I listen to this with the auto tune in it, I'm not saying it's not powerful, but at the same time, it's just kind of like he's making voice inflections as opposed to, wow, I can tell he's going through some stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just think the auto tune didn't really add too much to it. And I think if he would have just been rapping or without it, it would have been that much more impactful.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say, still, otherwise, Dax, My Heart Hurts. This is the official music video for it. I definitely like the message behind the music video. I definitely believe that helped portray it pretty well.
Absolutely.
Like it definitely helped get the point across as to what he was saying. You're act out live as he's saying it, and I really, really appreciated that. Yeah, the auto tune. You definitely could have felt more emotion without it. Stuff, which I like that NF reference you made because that's a song too. Other than that, like when Dax makes a song, like I know it's gonna have some truth to it. Like Dear God Down Here, we'll have to get to that one someday because even though we both heard it, that's one of my favorite songs with some pretty interesting and good messages in it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I mean overall, one thing I will say too is that I really like the beat on this song. It was really catchy, and even though I'm not the hugest fan of like the auto tune use on this song, I think the melody in which he was using it sounded good.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm not saying it sounded bad. I think he used it well, but I just think it would have been more impactful without it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
But I think this was a really good song. I think the beat was really, like, even if you're not all on board with what he's saying, I feel like the way he did it and the beat and stuff combined, even if he was talking about Percocets and lean and stuff like that, and it had nothing to do with this, I'd probably listen to this song because it sounds good. Like it just
does.
a beat and stuff sounds good, but then you dig into what he's talking about, and you're like, oh wow,
yeah, you're like, oh, that
like this is
listen to what he's
powerful.
saying.
This is good stuff here. So yeah, another I'd say thumbs up for me
Thumbs up for
on
me.
this song and playlist.
Definitely a playlist song. Like definitely a song to listen to as well when you're confused in a time. Like it's all natural. People listen to like sad music that represents their sadness when they're sad.
Get you in the feels.
This will definitely be one that I listen to.
Okay.
But yeah, this is Dax, My Heart Hurts official music video. Great job to Dax. I liked it. I always love what he does. It's always a treat every time he puts out something new.
Amen.
This is Bars Unlimited. This is Jake and Bryson. As always, guys, stay safe, your friends and your family, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button directly underneath it, and then hit that bell up at the top so you guys can get notifications whenever we put up some new stuff for you guys to take a look at.
Yeah.
So, do you have any closing words?
Follow us on social media, Instagram at Bars Unlimited. We're active on there, and you can stay up to date with when we're posting and what we're up to.
Right.
So yeah, with that being said, like he said, stay safe. Crazy times right now, but stay safe, do what you can. And with that being said, see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.